Hey, it's Keisha. Welcome and welcome back. We are on process 4 of Ask and It Is Given. It is the virtual reality process. So let us begin as we begin by first closing our eyes and taking a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. And just begin to collect yourself, feel yourself becoming more conscious and aware of where you are in this point of space and time. Bringing all of your energy, focus, and thoughts back to yourself in this moment, in this space. Gently and lovingly calling all of your parts back to yourself. Now, any concerns, any cares, worries, thoughts, or dramas, send them off into a balloon. And see that balloon drift away. Turning your attention back to yourself. Notice how much clearer and lighter you feel. Breathe. Now see a column of white light gently descend down over you. Feel the coolness of the light as it touches your skin. Feel it elevating your mind and your thoughts as you breathe it in. Feel it quickening the cells of the body. Filling the spaces between the cells. You are now indistinguishable from the light. Breathe. See this pure essence of you rising up higher and higher on that column of light, lifting up higher and higher out of the earthly consciousness and physical reality, lifting up higher and higher out of these bounds. Feel your personal space expand, feel your mind expand. When you're ready, find your place in the sacred grove. Your heart open, your mind open. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. There we are. So this is the fourth lesson, the fourth process in our book. So we took an extra week to focus more on the creative workshop, which I did. Instead of just doing it on the one sheet, I did it on multiple sheets of colored paper. Actually created myself a little notebook, and too bad I didn't bring it over here, but I'm not going to stop the video to go get it. Maybe I'll show it to you in a short. How about that? And the idea came to me to create for you a PDF worksheet that you'll be able to download and print off. And so I'll be working on that on the next week or two, and I'll let you know when that's available. But yeah, I think it's been a helpful process. I've enjoyed doing it over these last 2 weeks and giving different parts of my life a little bit of life and sparkle through that process. And there was a point during this, as we were moving into this coming week, where I was like, I think I need a little something more, a little extra. I'm not quite in that space of 1 to 5, but I'm not feeling bad necessarily. I just feel like there's a little bit of tightness somewhere. And ultimately, I resolved it through meditation, which actually showed up in the book. And then I was interested to see that process 4 actually spoke to that series of emotions I was having. So let us get into it. Process 4, virtual reality. When to use this process? When you are feeling good and you want to practice a vibration of allowing. When you find yourself remembering a pleasant experience and you want to extend the feeling longer and even move it to an even better place or better feeling place. When you have extra time and you wish to spend it in a pleasant way. The virtual reality process will be one of the most value when your emotional set point is ranging somewhere between 1, joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation, and 8, which is boredom. So we're expanding the range of our emotional set points. So in between 1, joy, knowledge, appreciation, love, freedom, empowerment, we have 2, passion, 3, enthusiasm, eagerness, happiness, 4, positive expectation, belief, 5, optimism, 6, hopefulness, 7, contentment, and 8, boredom. So if you are feeling any of those emotions, this process will be for you. The universe responds to your vibrational offering, to your point of attraction, to the thoughts you think, and to the way that you feel. The universe is not responding to what has been manifested in your experience, but instead to the vibration you are now offering. The universe makes no distinction between your actually having $1 million and your giving thought to having $1 million. Your point of attraction is about your thoughts, not about your manifestations. A point of coincidence I just bring up. When as a bookmark, I had in it a question that I was asking myself last week, and that was, is this time, in terms of what I'm going through, going to be like the last time? And as I was answering that question, I was thinking about, what's different. And the difference is how I feel. The last time I made a similar set of decisions, I was fearful of what might come. Hopeful, but incredibly fearful. And I got the response that fear engenders. And it was a difficult road ahead because fear is the vibration that I was giving out. And that's what I was experiencing in my world. What is different about this time is that no fear, none, none. And so that's already an indication that things are working out and going to be different than the last time, because I'm not offering up a vibration of fear. And then there've been like a moment of like a whiff of something that's been easily dealt with. That's very fleeting and passing and doesn't have anywhere on me to stick because I've grown so much over these last few years. And it was nice to see knowing that the difference in the feeling is the difference in the response has made all the difference. So becoming more aware of your emotions when you're asking yourself those types of questions is a clear indication of where you are in the process. Also wanted to add here, let's see. The universe makes no distinction between you actually having $1 million and you giving thought to having $1 million. It is your point of attraction is about your thoughts, not about the manifestations. Most people operate from that standpoint of, I'll believe it when I see it. And they think they're so smug and they're so smart when they say that. What we know in the way that the law of attraction operates is that you first need to see it in order to believe it. So if you can see it and visualize it in your mind, that and lean into that, those 68 seconds, and speak to that and move and live and have your being from that space, then you set up the vibration for those experiences to come to you, for those doors to open, for you to allow those blessings to come in, that then you get to actually enjoy it, in which case you can certainly believe in it because it's tangible to your reality. This virtual reality process is not one where you try to fix something that is broken. It is one where you deliberately activate a scene in your own mind that causes you to offer a matching vibration, a scene offer a vibration matching the scene that you've activated. And as you practice visualizing pleasant scenes in your mind, these feel good vibrations can then become your new set point. So how many of you, or how often of you, has spent time thinking about and talking about the things you didn't want to have happen? In that case, you are activating the same virtual reality process, only you are activating it for a negative outcome. So instead, this is going to be a conscious and intentional process where you are thinking about something pleasant that you would like to experience and allowing for that to come into your existence. Most are presenting the majority of their vibrational offering in response to things, people, and conditions that they are observing. And so the lives of most people continue to unfold very much as they have been, with no significant improvement from day to day. This is because there is not much thought being offered that is much different from what they are already experiencing. However, the game of virtual reality will change that, because an application of this process on any subject of your choice will cause your vibration to move far beyond where you are currently standing. Since the universe responds to your vibration and not to what you are living right now, amazing things can now begin to flow into your existence, into your experience, even though you've never done them before. The thing that we see that most commonly trips you up is that in contrast, which is necessary and valuable to give birth to that rocket of desire, often there is an activation of many kinds of jumbled energy. Usually, in order for you to know that you want something, you have to pretty well chewed on all the details and events that have helped you know what you do not want. In other words, when do you speak most clearly about wanting to be well? Usually when you're less than well, right? When does your strongest desire for money really kick into high gear? Most likely when you feel like there's not enough money. When you're confused, that's when you want more clarity, right? When you're overwhelmed, that's when you choose serenity. And when you're bored, that's when you want more activity and stimulation. So remember, the creative workshop process comprises 3 steps. Ask. That's easy because we do that all the time. 2, answer the asking. That's not your work. That's what source energy is for. 3, allow. Be in the receiving mode of what you are asking for. It is important that you realize that steps 1 and 3 are different. When you are focused upon or praying for something you really want or need, often you're not a vibrational match to the thing that you want. Instead, you're a match to the absence of it. You've had the contrast that made you send up the rocket of desire that made you ask for this thing. But at the moment that you're asking for it, while you might be hopeful that it comes to you, the moment that you're asking for it, you're in the vibration of not having it, which is not the same as being in a state of allowing for it to happen. When the bills come in all at once, there's not enough money to pay them, and you feel frightened and fearful, and you say, I need more money, or you try to use more positive words like, oh, I want more money. You're still doing step 1. You're setting forth your desire, but you're not in step 3, which is allowing. So you're holding yourself apart from that which you're asking for. You are continually asking. You cannot stop asking. Contrast is what is evoking desire from you. Your real work is to find a way to be in the receiving mode. Remember how it comes to you. That's step 2. That's source. That's not for you to do. But your next step after asking for it is going to be step 3, which is allowing for it to come in. So to do so, you have to set your receiver on the same wavelength as the transmitter, or you're going to get static. You're not going to get that clear signal. In like manner, you recognize the alignment of your transmitted or received signals by feeling the alignment of your emotions. In other words, when you are out there in that ragged place where you feel frazzled and frustrated and angry or hurt, you're most definitely out of alignment. We want you to relax and not be so hard on yourself when you find yourself in that place of negative emotion. Negative emotion is a good thing in that it's letting you know that some tweaking is required in order for you to be in harmony with who you are. So when you're feeling that little whiff of doubt, that's a moment to stop and say, hey, that's not a positive emotion. So there's something in me that needs to be tweaked. There's something in me that needs to be released or examined or to come to terms with so that I can be in a full state of allowing. If you are really out of sync, in other words, if you can really feel that you are not in a good feeling place, then a more soothing process that we would recommend is meditation. Because when you quiet your mind, you stop thought. And when you stop thought, your vibration automatically rises. And of course, if you can find something to focus on, something that you can easily appreciate, then the rampage of appreciation, which is process 1, would be even better because you can do it under all conditions, no matter where you are. Process of virtual reality is different, and it will help you in 2 specific ways. You'll become more accustomed to the way non-resistance feels. So you'll recognize when you've moved into you will recognize when you moved into a resistant thought at an earlier stage, when it's easier to move back out of it again. And in every moment that you are in your state of non-resistance, the law of attraction will be responding to you in a positive way. Virtual reality is a process where you get to choose everything about this moment in time, just like a director in a movie would do. So to begin the process, you would first decide, where does the scene take place? You want to choose a location that feels good to you. It could be a place that you visited, heard about, or seen in a movie, or even just imagined. Is it indoors or outdoors? What time of day is it? Is it morning, afternoon, evening? Is the sun just coming up or going down? Is it broad daylight? What does the air feel like? You want to give it as many contextual details as possible so that you really feel in it. Okay. You might ask, how are you dressed? Who else is there? You want to be choosing things that feel good to you, and only those things that feel good to you. It doesn't matter if you're alone or with someone else, but it's really important that who you choose to bring in is someone that you want to be having a positive experience with in this virtual reality. You want to figure out what kind of mood are you in. Are you laughing? Are you sitting in or quietly are you laughing, or are you sitting and quietly contemplating? Once you've set the scene, you can imagine how you might interact with the scene or with the other people that you've brought in. The purpose of this virtual reality process is to cause you to activate vibrations within you that put you in a place of allowing your well-being. So you would not create a virtual reality where you had to build a new house with a leaky roof and then you had to bring in repair people to fix it. Why would we create more problems for ourselves, right? We want to, if we're thinking about a house, we want to build the most beautiful house we think possible. And we want to enjoy every room of it. And we might be seeing ourselves in scenes with other people and how we all might be enjoying that space together. And in that feeling good space, we are now non-resistant and allowing our good things to come because we've now raised our vibration. Do not use this process to try to improve a specific existing situation, because in your attempt to fix something, you'll bring that existing vibration into your virtual reality. And in doing so, you lose the power of the process. I mean, you lose the positive, beneficial power of the process. It's still going to create for you because the process is powerful. But if we're trying to use the process to create something beautiful and positive, we want to make sure that we're only putting into it beautiful and positive inputs. There is no reason that well-being is not pouring into your experience in precise detail in response to all of the things that you have identified that you want, other than the fact that you are in a bad mood or angry or worried about something. This exercise of virtual reality will help you train yourself to feel better more of the time. And like working a muscle, the more you do it, the better it works for you. We would encourage you to play this game when you are driving, standing in line, lying in your bed, or it can even be a time when you've just set aside specific time to do it. As you create these scenarios that make you feel good, you activate a vibration that does feel good. And then the law of attraction certainly matches that vibration. There is nothing more important than that you feel good. And there is nothing better than creating images that cause you to feel good. The universe does not know or give attention to why your vibration is what it is at any moment. In other words, the doctors could have diagnosed you as being disease-ridden yesterday, and today you could be driving down the highway in some sort of fantasy, virtual reality. In that moment, there would be no representation of any disease within your body. And if you could maintain that vibration more than you maintain your awareness of the disease, it could not remain in your body. It is only there because somehow, without knowing it, you have chosen thoughts that are vibrational match to the essence of the disease. Every thought that you have chosen that is a vibrational match that is a vibrational match to disease. Feels bad when you think it. It feels like anger, frustration, resentment, blame, guilt, fear. Those thoughts are not good for you. And you can tell they're not good for you because they make you feel bad when you think them. In the same way that touching and feeling a hot stove hurts, feeling negative emotions hurt. Something that you lived a long time ago that is not active in your vibration, or something that you lived yesterday that you are not thinking about right now, does not have any vibrational weight in your point of attraction. None whatsoever. So you do not have to rid yourself of all negative thoughts. Right? We're not going to become manic as we do this process. Sometimes as you're interacting with others, you will hear, see, or smell something that triggers a vibration within you that does not feel very good as it is activated. And that is a time for you to say, oh, my guidance system is working. I can feel that there's something activated within me that's not serving me well. Because in the activation of this vibration, there is some resistance within me that is now disallowing the well-being that would be there otherwise. So that is the time to choose a thought that feels better. And if you have practiced virtual reality, then it would be very easy for you to reach for that thought that feels better. But if you've not been practicing, then when you're in the middle of a negative thought, you don't have anywhere positive to go. So you just have to wait until the negative thought peters out. The more you practice the process of virtual reality, the more you'll become practicing, the more you will be practicing the vibration of non-resistance. The more you will be practicing the vibration of no resistance, the better you will feel. And of course, things that you will want will now easily begin to flow into your existence as well. No matter whether you worry or rejoice in your virtual reality, you set up a vibration that the law of attraction matches. And someone said to us, well, Abraham, I have a hard time visualizing. When I think about going into virtual reality, I just get some sort of blank place for me. I don't know how to do this. And what we would say is, can you remember events that have happened? If you can remember, then you can do the virtual reality process. Because none of that is here right now. And as you're remembering it, you're recreating it from something. This is the process of your imagination. So visualizing a virtual reality is no different. It is conjuring, but with a singular attention of pleasing yourself as you do. As you practice this process and stimulate your imagination more, you will not only find the process to be a delightful, good-feeling way to spend some time, you will discover that your dominant vibration on a myriad of subjects is changing. And your life experience will now begin to reflect those wonderful improvements. So, do we need a week or 2 for this, do you think? I don't know. I say we only need maybe a week. Because we were already there. I'm going to say we as in me, because until I get further confirmation through the comments, that you all are thinking differently or acting differently, I'm going to say that my feeling is representative of the collective, and we'll go based on that. I think, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that I was already kind of moving into this process unknowingly about halfway through the 2nd week. So with this process now firmly in mind, we'll have that to go to more quickly. So as long as we're practicing moving into that good feeling and having that positive experience and seeing that turnaround, then I think we consider that process complete, and it's just something that we continue to work on as time goes on. So I'll say just a week for this one. And we'll come back next week with our next process. How does that sound? Leave me some notes in the comments and let me know. All right, my friends. I will see you next week and love you in the meantime. Bye.